Today, I want to talk to you about disruption. I'm actually writing a book right now. From that chair is where I'm doing all the editing. And the book is going to be published by the end of April. So disruption. There's three types of people. There's people that make things happen. There's people that watch events unfold. And then there's people who say, what just happened? Let's talk about the disruption that we're all living through here and now. There are 5 phases to a pandemic. The first phase is all about our health, where we think about our physical and mental well-being. And that phase has probably already ended in most countries. The second phase you're beginning to see in countries like Italy already, and that's overwhelm on the healthcare sector. The third phase will also now begin to unfold in many established countries. We're seeing this in the US, we're seeing it in the UK, we're certainly seeing it here in mainland Europe. We're in Spain as we go through lockdown here at the minute, down on the south coast of Spain. And what do we mean by this economic disruption? Well, there was a fantastic article in the Times last week regards Lord Wolfson, one of the most famous businessmen in the UK. He runs Next, and he's done a stress test on Next performance for 2020, and he's suggesting that their sales will be around $1 billion down. That's a delta, as we call it in private equity, of about 25% on his 2020 sales. So if you were an owner-manager of a business now, whether it's in the US, the UK, mainland Europe, Latin America, what's your delta on 2020 sales? You need to know, because that's going to have an impact on your Q1 and your Q2 cash flow. And to run your business, you need to know what that impact is, because you need to take decisions about your cost base, decisions that you can only take if you understand your P&L and your cash flow. So if you reappraised your cash flow forecast for 2020, if you were thinking about selling your business in 2019, but you thought you were going to get a better price in 2020, you need to think again, because the market for selling assets, whether they're houses or companies in 2020, is probably as dead as a dodo. And certainly in terms of getting an aspirational price for your home or your business, I would suggest 2020 is not the year to realize that. The next orderly market for selling your house or your company, it's maybe 12 months away, it's maybe 18 months away. But the planning for that needs to start now. If you're an SME owner-manager, has your CFO created an integrated cash flow, P&L, balance sheet forecast, which goes back 2 years using the same assumptions that he's also using for the projections? If not, he needs to do this, because this is 101 for selling your business. You've got to have this collateral in the data bank for any serious purchaser of your business. If you've got that, a potential buyer is going to take you seriously. And I would suggest if you haven't got it, your CFO needs to get on the case right now. At Exit Valhalla, we created a new company to help and advise SME owner managers on selling their company. When I did this 3 or 4 months ago, I had no idea that this pandemic was coming. But of course, if people needed our help before, I would suggest they need our help even more now. And we're ready to help. That's what we're here to do. My colleague Ken Lawrence he's overseen 100 SME exits in his career. That's a 30-year track record of exits, because they're all 4, 5, 6 month projects. So if you've done 100, you need to have started 30 years ago, and Ken did. Luckily for you and me, Ken's a little bit bored now. So he's here to help us at Exit Valhalla. He's seen it all, whether it's financial, technical or emotional. The issues regarding exit, Ken's seen it all. So we're here to help. Click the link below, and I'll talk to you on the other side.